Do you prefer when I wear a gloss or a matte?
You look better with a matte.
What about a glad?
Glad. Okay, boys and girls, let's talk nudes. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about best nude lip colours for brown skin tones. I've kind of alluded to this in a couple of my other videos. Sorry, I keep touching my hair. It's because I cut it and I'm literally obsessed. Like, it's so much healthier and it just feels so soft. Like, I'm really in love with it. So that's why I keep touching it. I'm so sorry. So I've kind of alluded to this topic in a few of my other videos. And with brown skin, you can get a wide range of undertones. So you can get kind of warmer undertones, more neutral undertones. You can even get reddish undertones. You know, everyone's different and everyone's got different complexions. But what I wanted to kind of discuss is how I found the perfect nude for me. I want to talk about glosses, I want to talk about mattes, I want to talk about liners. So we are kind of going to cover a range and it's going to be very in-depth. So the way I wanted to kind of approach this was go through lip liners first, and then go through the mattes and then go through the glosses, because that's kind of the order that I do my lips in anyway, so I think it makes most sense. I've taken my lip colour off. Normally I put a Vaseline on throughout my whole makeup and then I wipe the Vaseline off and then I do my lips. The reason why is because if you've got Vaseline on and you're putting a matte lip on, it will get extremely sticky and it's very uncomfortable, so you have to wipe everything off when you do your lips. My go-to liner is this Barry M. This Barry M shade in number 6. It perfectly matches, it's beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I overline my lips. So I have got a bit of like kind of residue over the side from where I've taken it off, but that's okay. I start off with the bottom. And then I go to the top. Little arch to overline. And then drag it. Another arch. Drag it. And then there's you can do lip contouring, so that's when you just go like this. So after the Barry M one, my go-to is NYX in Intimidate. This one is more of a reddish undertone, but it's really gorgeous, and I'll just swatch it now and show you. As you can see, it's a little bit on the more reddish side. But the third lip liner is also by NYX and it's called Urban Cafe. This is more on the kind of brownish side compared to red. It looks a bit dark, but when you put it on, it's perfect nude, like it's much lighter than the other one. As you can see, so this one is Urban Cafe and this one is Intimidate. So it's a little bit on the more lighter brown side, but it's beautiful. Finally, for lip liners, I've got this Rimmel one. I'm so sorry, but look how used it is. I don't have a name. I'm so sorry, that's actually useless, but I'll just swatch it for you. I actually don't use this one, like, much at all because it's too light. And when you use something that's too light, it just washes you out, like, honestly. So that one is the Rimmel one. And I personally won't, I mean, I use it, but I don't recommend it. The one I recommend is Barry M or the NYX ones. Okay, so now we're going to move on to mattes. I'm going to be putting on the one that I use every single day. I put this on in my first video, and I wanted to explain more about the colours and the shades and the formula, all that kind of stuff. First one is Rimmel Stay Matte in the shade Raw Embrace. I put this on first, but I only put, so when I do it, I just kind of take off the sides like that. I only put it a little bit like this. And then I go in with the next shade. It is by Superdrug. It's Superdrug own brand, that B brand. I'm pretty sure that is Superdrug's own brand. Could be wrong. And it's in the shade In the Buff. So I do exactly the same, except I really try and get as much product off of it as I can, because you don't want it to darken up too much. It won't wash you out. It will look very, very natural, very nude. And when you overline, it just gives you that pout. Do you know what I'm talking? Next kind of go-to nude matte shade is by MUA. Ria, my girl, knows. I showed Ria this and we are both so obsessed with this. The only thing is, guys, it's discontinued. I'm so sorry, but it's discontinued. I ordered like 6 of them on the MUA website before it discontinued.
All dirty history.
Say crack again.
Crack.
But just double check. But this is gorgeous. Like, oh my goodness, honestly. It is perfect. Like the matte formula, it doesn't show all the creases in your lips. It's just like, and it smells really good. Revolution have a range, which is, I don't know what it's called. I think it's like Revolution Pro or something, or Revolution XXX. And they've got a range of liquid lipsticks. Oh yeah, XX. So they've got a range of liquid lipsticks, and this one's more on the pinkier side, but I still classify it as a nude because it's quite, when you actually put it on, the colour changes a bit. So the formula of this is very creamy, it's very nicely drying, it looks seamless on your lips, like you don't have any cracks or anything showing up, and I will just swatch it. So that one, as you can see, it's a little bit on the more pinkier reddy side, but it's beautiful. It's a bit darker than the other ones, but when you wear it, it's just, I just absolutely love this formula. So please, Revolution XX, create more, because we need more for your brown girls that need lighter browns and, you know, less pinkier toned. So that is very recommended as well. Guys, you know this, I used this kind of matte lip shade on my lips just now. I've literally bagged about 4 more exactly like this by Maybelline. So it's worth checking out Maybelline, just looking through the shades, see what you think will suit you. That's kind of how I do it. I just do trial and error. I'm going to swatch them now. So this one's called Latte to Go. This is a bit more on the orangey side compared to the one I've got on right now. So I'm going to swatch that. Okay, so that's really light and it's beautiful. I really like how light that is, but you will have to mix that with a darker shade. The problem with these is that you do have to mix a lot of them with different colours. That's my preference. Obviously, if you want it to look darker, if you want it to look lighter, you probably won't need to mix. But for me, I do mix a few shades. And the next one is Be My Baby. This is much more pinkier, but it still is on the nudish side when you put it on. It's a kind of rose toned colour, but I do like that when you've got like a pink eye look. It looks really nice. And then obviously you've seen this one which I wore, and then the last one is more of a lacquer, so it's a bit creamier and it's a bit more of a gloss consistency. I don't actually know the shade of this because it doesn't say, but this is, it looks a bit different packaging to this, so I'm assuming it's more of like a lacquer. But it looks like that. You can't see it there, can you see that? With matte colours, I've shown a lot of liquid lipsticks, but you can go for an actual lipstick if you want. So I've got this Huda one in the shade Staycation. I do really, really like this one. It doesn't dry like this, it doesn't dry completely dry like that. It dries like a moisturising feel. So if you want something that, you know, has that little sheen, go for the Huda Beauty. I think this is really beautiful. It's just a little bit pricey. So if you want something a bit more affordable, the other options are your best bet. I have this really nice Maybelline one in the shade 930 Nude Embrace. And this is pretty much the same colour as the Huda Beauty one. So I've just swatched the Huda Beauty one. And what I'm going to do is I'll swatch, this is the Maybelline one, which I'll put right next to it. Literally the same and a third of the price. So that's definitely a very good option if you want something affordable, but has that perfect colour and formula. Honestly, like they really are very similar. Guys, as you know, not everything in life is perfect. There have been some fails and I'm going to shout them out. I bought this NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick and I really don't like it. I do not recommend these ones, and I know that's really bad, you know, like, girl, you've got to be supporting businesses, but I just don't like it. Like, it just cracks, like, your lips look really dry. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels very sticky, you know, like, okay, fair enough, the brush is nice. It's just it's just not one that's very comfortable to wear for an everyday wear. I just don't like it. I don't like the colour. Got these matte creams from NYX. I also don't recommend these. I mean, each to their own, but for me personally, it doesn't dry matte, in my opinion. It's quite like a bit like the other one. It's very sheen, like a lacquer. So that's London. Personally, it's not for me. It's all up to your own kind of lip type, your preference, but I don't like ones that don't dry as this. Finally, for the mattes, I've just got a couple that I bought from kind of like the cheapish outlet stores. So one of them is this. This is gorgeous. Like, this is so beautiful. There. I also got this one from the Swindon Outlet cheap store. It's all about trial and error, honestly, guys. Like, so this one's W7. I love this one. This is much more peachy toned rather than a full-on brown. But if you pair it with one of the darker lip liners, it's perfect. Like, it's a lovely combination. Okay, so for glosses, my go-to glosses are the Revolution ones. They're amazing. They're very, very plumping. They make your lips look very full. They look gorgeous in the light and they reflect the light really well. I have 3 shades. The one that I use most of the time is this middle shade. And I'm going to put it on now. Guys, that was a massive fail because I was filming and then I just like was saying all the wrong words. So I've already put it on now. But the applicator is really, really nice. It's a thick wand, and thick ones are very good for when you want to apply a gloss, just because it gets much more product on there. And that's the problem that I had with the NYX ones, is that the applicators are just so thin and it doesn't even pick up much product, which is such a nightmare, because you have to keep putting it in. So yeah, this is my go-to. I'm not going to swatch the other ones, but you kind of get the gist of the shade and the feel and the look and the way it catches the light so beautifully. Now, some other ones that I love are the Revolution Pout Bombs. This one in particular, it was clear, but as you can see, I always put it on top of the mattes, but this used to be clear, but this, it has a formula in there that it plumps your lips. So when you wear it, it has like a tingling sensation and then your lips get a lot more plump, so I really recommend those ones. Last kind of lip glosses that I've got, I don't have as many because I'm more of a matte girl, but I feel like I'm bashing NYX, but it's the NYX Butter Glosses. Guys, I really don't rate these. I seriously just don't rate them. I don't like them. They don't stay on your lips long enough. They just come off. The colours, yeah, fair enough. They've got a good range of colours, but I don't like the formula. So that's my opinion. If you're starting out with glosses, I recommend going for the Hydra Bomb, because that moisturises your lips a lot, as well as just giving that really nice plump effect. Final gloss that I wanted to show you was the Kylie Jenner gloss in the shade Like. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I got this on eBay, so it's probably fake. It glides on so nice. It's got a perfect shine to it. I'll just swatch it and show you. But I really, really like this one. We have come to the end of my lip tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed that, and comment down below if you're more of a matte girl or a gloss girl, or if you're just a liner girl. Like, you can always just put a liner all over your lips and just leave it as that. That's not a problem at all. But I do really hope you liked it, and I hope you got some tips from me for finding your perfect shade. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next video.
I'm just trying to hit a beat, never know why.